What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Uh, YouTube, Twitch. I hope y'all having a good day. I hope you're having a good day because my day is going well and stuff like that. And plus, like in my opinion, shoot, this episode 2 was it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best of my opinion. Sound like something. And that just me and my opinion about it. Some people might hate it, some people don't. But the thing about me and in my opinion about it is like I think the episode for me is not. I think the episode for me is not bad, and that, that's not the worst for me in my opinion. And kind of like the show, like I mean, the show that I'm doing a review for is She-Hulk right here. She-Hulk, the attorney at law, which I still think for me is that the show would that the better show title would have been just She-Hulk, in my opinion. So like of my opinion, episode 2 should we just not figure out that the villain for last episode just was named in my opinion she was some kind of influencer. She might have did it just for laughs or something like that, or just try to do something just for the gram. And for that fight in the courtroom, still don't make no sense in my opinion. It still don't. It still don't, in my opinion, make no sense. Of my opinion and stuff like that, because like for me, like in this episode, I like this episode. She picked the fourth. Um, that on the actress that playing the She-Hulk character, I actually like her. Up in my opinion, I actually like it. Up in my opinion, that she and that just and kind of like for me, in my opinion, dealing with the She-Hulk series. The She-Hulk series is not bad, but some lines in it was kind of disrespectful. Of my opinion. It, and kind of like disrespect I'm talking about is like when she said that being a hero just for billionaires, being rich, orphans, and stuff like that. That's kind of like the disrespect to the characters that came before you, and that's not a good thing in my opinion to do. And that's just me in my opinion about that. I just don't think, in my opinion, is like on that. That's not a good thing to do, in my opinion. That's just me. And kind of like for some people think that might not be no disrespect, but by that line. But the thing about me, in my opinion, shoot, because I do think that's actual disrespect to the Avengers before 'em. In my opinion, that is actual disrespect to the Avengers before 'em. And kind of like in my opinion about that is like shoot, I probably wouldn't have like it in my opinion if I was Avengers that actually say the word. And Iron Man, in my opinion, he was a rich Avenger. Oh wait a minute. What's up, bro? I'm about to put the link down for anybody who want to come in and ask me questions about the episodes. If, if anybody got questions to ask me about it, And kind of like for me, in my opinion, dealing with the stuff that I'm trying to talk about with She-Hulk episode, that on the She-Hulk character, in my opinion, is not the bad episode. In my opinion, it's not bad in my opinion, but the episode that the series is not bad. Sound like some people just try to do and they try to blow it up and say that show's the worst. It's the most woke. But the show to me is not the most woke in my opinion, and that just me. And that that just me in my opinion. It's not the most woke show in my opinion. So like some people might like it, some people might not. That's the thing. Everybody, if y'all knew anything like that, come to the screen, just like the video, or just like it on Twitch or something like that. If y'all Twitch or YouTube, just like the video or share it. And kind of like for me, in my opinion, and stuff like that. For me, for me, in my opinion, personally, I just want to do it. And that's kind of like my opinion. Shoot, I wouldn't put that line disrespect of the Avengers, and and kind of like my opinions and stuff like that. What I think of it, think of the She-Hulk series could do better. I kind of like for me think that they could do like the She-Hulk character battling within her head if she want to be a hero or not. In my opinion. And what's up, big bro? And how's everybody day going in the chat? And kind of for me, right? That so some of my predictions just they came true. When I say last week, when I said that the Abomination character or Abomination will be in episode 2, I was actually right. But some people in YouTube land just just won't give me credit for that and stuff like that. And kind of like for me, in my opinion about that is like I do think that the big bad of the show just might show up as a cameo or some kind of enemy that's working that just working back at the scenes. I think for me that working behind the scenes. I think and plus I think the Red Hawk just might have something to do with it. The Red Hawk or some kind of Zemo or somebody who probably can come in and just be like the big bad of the series. And kind of shoot. I don't think it's Zemo, and I don't think it's anybody with a Winter Soldier. Because it could be the lady that was shown just as the Winter Soldier, Peggy Carter niece, which I still don't like. Which I still don't like. Who's supposed to be the that? I still didn't like that villain in Winter Soldier at the end, the big bad of Winter Soldier. I think I just ain't like that. And that just me in my opinion. And kind of like my other thing that shoot that I would like to see in She-Hulk is like she coming to terms. She had to use her powers and be a lawyer, and she had to learn how to balance that. And that's kind of like my opinion. I think that this show had to do better. It just had to get this balancing the character balance, balancing the character lives in between her lower life and her accepting that she had to be a superhero at times. And that's what I think that she got to come to terms to. And that just me. That just me about that. If y'all think I'm wrong about that part, if y'all see something that the She-Hulk show probably could probably could how can I say this? Probably could do better in your eyes. What would y'all change about it and stuff like that? Because thing about me is like I do think the She-Hulk show is not the worst, but it's not the best. in my opinion, it's not the best. And kind of like I do think that the She-Hulk show, I think in my opinion, is just doing a good job of breaking the fourth wall fall. And plus the lawyer scenes, if they gotta do lawyer scenes like in the future, they need to make it more realistic, I think in my opinion. And that just me in my opinion. Like you gotta do lawyer scenes, at least try to make it realistic in my opinion. Don't And that just me in my opinion about that. Because you got to make it realistic to a point. And that just me in my opinion, because you can't make the lawyer scene seem like it's just a TV type of lawyer scene and stuff like that. At least try to make it realistic, in my opinion. Try to make it realistic. Yeah, because like the kind of like the in my opinion, I like the way Jim talked like a lawyer. I like how the lawyer's set up in the courtroom, but they gotta make it more realistic. What would the other lawyers do? And that just me in my opinion, because you got to make the cases seem like it could be dire, it could be consequences if Jen say the wrong thing, anything like that. Because you can't make it seem like up in the show, like it's no kind of threat that she can lose the case. Because you got to make the cases seem more dire, I think, in my opinion. Because you just can't make it, in my opinion, just so unrealistic that you think that Jen could do no wrong. And that's kind of like my opinion about that. And kind of like in the first episode, I don't get the reason why the Jen character was listening to her paralegal friend instead of a lawyer who just trying to help, by the way, which I think, in my opinion, was kind of like the bad thing about it. But shoot, and that's kind of like the thing I learned sometimes. That is kind of like you might the on your friend, it being your friend in the workplace is good, but you shouldn't listen to them all the time. Time for lawyer advice. And that's what I learned, because you cannot be listening to your friends sometimes who don't got much experience as a lawyer over there, which don't make no sense in my opinion. But and that's kind of like my opinion about it, because we cannot be like tell someone listen to her, listen. And that just my opinion. If y'all think something different, then y'all can put it in the chat, anything like that. If y'all got an opinion about the She-Hulk show, if y'all got an opinion about the She-Hulk show, everything like that, then they have to put in the chat. And that's kind of like my opinion about it, because like, the She-Hulk show is not a bad show, and put the show is not as woke as everybody think it is. And put they got Joe, I think, that angry Joe, I think, in my opinion. And that's kind of like the thing that I don't get sometimes. Sound like an Angel Joe show that everybody man who got different opinions of the show, who don't got the same beliefs as y'all do, and kind of like it up in my opinion, up in my opinion, that's not a bad thing to have just a different opinion for a show than everybody else. That because think about it, if everybody just had the same opinion as everybody else, then we will not be having no differences. Then we won't be having no type of discourse just to discuss different things. If y'all like it, don't like it, and that just my opinion on it. That kind of things that I don't get about the hate about people liking and stuff like that. But the thing about for me, if you don't a show for your own political gains, I think it's something like that. That's not a good reason to like the show, because you should just like the show because you like the way it just directed. It just directed some of the it just like directed everything like that. Which I think for me, right? Which I think for me, I like the She-Hulk show because the She-Hulk show is kind of funny. And plus the actress, in my opinion, is actually having good dialogue about the. It's actually having real good dialogue, in my opinion. So like some people they just might not like it, but the thing about for me, in my opinion, is like how can I say this? And and kind of like of my opinion, the stuff like that is like shoot. I just think that some of the stuff could get better. I think, in my opinion, could be better. Could be better about the show. Is like I do think that the show. I think it just made the Hawk too believable about the Abomination character. Apologize to him. But the thing about me, in my opinion, I would not, in my opinion, just have believed him just for 1 second, like he changed. Because like you and me know that the Abomination character is evil. That's just me. We all know the Abomination character is evil. That it's an evil character, everything like that. The Abomination character is not, and it, and that just me, in my opinion, what I know about Abomination up in the movies. I think most of the time, and some of the in my opinion, and kind of like in my opinion, the Abomination character, which I think was still evil, and like with Jen, I think just might get him off just on parole. But the thing about for me, right, doing the show is like, why will Abomination be your first character to be this as the first case? Because the thing about for me is like, uh, I I would understand if her first client would have been Wanda, stuff from WandaVision, if they would have kept her and put her in prison or something like that, then that would have been much better. That's just a first client just for She-Hulk to try to get off. And but you look at the end of the She-Hulk character, I think it's something like that. If you see the She-Hulk character and stuff like that, you will see um that they have Abomination fighting just at the end. Just at the end of the episode, if y'all saw the Shang-Chi movie, you would see Abomination fighting. If if y'all see Shang-Chi, if they see Shang-Chi the movie, they will see Abomination was fighting just in the underground thing, and that's kind of like, in my opinion, which I think could be a good thing. I think, in my opinion, like they find a way just to incorporate Shang-Chi inside this movie, which was actually good, in my opinion. That's actually a good thing, just to see that the MCU still find ways to incorporate their characters, I think, and stuff like that. Incorporate the other characters in other movies just by putting scenes that was in that movie, put it in inside She-Hulk show, just to tell people that the She-Hulk show is still part of the MCU. It's actually a good thing, in my opinion. And kind of like for some people, which I think, in my opinion, could be good, bad. It could be good, bad, and everything else like that in between. which I think, in my opinion, could be a good or a bad thing. And and that just me, right? Yeah, kind of like the Shang-Chi character. Where would a Shang-Chi character fit? Because that's what Multiverse of Madness. They got She-Hulk show that Shang-Chi probably could be in how can I say this? Let me see. He probably could fit in with Sam Wilson and Winter Soldier, and he probably could fit in, the Wonder Show. He wouldn't he wouldn't even be no help doing that show, Shang-Chi. I like him, but he ain't show no abilities like that to be able to do that. In my opinion, and that's kind of like the other, and kind of the other thing, like should I would like to see dealing with the She-Hulk show, the tornado, which I think for me is not, it's not the best thing for me in the world, and that's kind of like for me, and and plus, like for me, in my opinion, like shoot, like I do think that some of the characters, I think, in my opinion, could be better. It could be better, it could be better, it could be right, it could be wrong. And kind of like the other thing that should I would like to see, in my opinion, what what I would like to see, in my opinion, and stuff like that, like dealing with the MCU and stuff like that. It is like I would like to see how would the MCU handle already characters that's not cookie cutter characters like Ghost Rider, Blade. Plus, they said they got a Adam Warlock, but then, in my opinion, it's like the Adam Warlock character should have been Infinity War and Endgame. Should have been in one of those two movies, and helping, in my opinion, defeating Thor, stuff like that. But 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 I could be wrong, could be right. But everybody different. Everybody is different. Everybody different time for that though. Everybody kind of different, and time for stuff like that. In my opinion, everything like that. It is like what character, what what character, everybody in the chat, would y'all like to see up in the MCU? Would y'all like to see the already character, a character that nobody saw yet? What characters would y'all like to see? Be good thing, like for me, is like shoot so, so I do think, put a thing about me is like I'm kind of, I kind of feel like, in my opinion, could be better. They could have better management of different characters, I think. And kind of like the other characters, I think it was an article on a She-Hulk person, I think, something like that, the She-Hulk character, which I think for me they had some kind of article based on She-Hulk, or somebody on She-Hulk, and that's the kind of thing that's not helping the show sometimes, because like the articles that come out, that like people say everything like that, it, like people say with She-Hulk characters actually do, who that She-Hulk directors actually say they can't do stuff, everything like that. And they got an article by their article just She-Hulk new episode just broke the first rate MCU Disney record. Okay. And just let me show it to y'all. I think let me show to y'all just to show y'all that I'm not actually playing and stuff like that. Let's share the screen. I didn't ready yet. I just better read it with y'all. And kind of like for me, in my opinion, shoot, that's actually She-Hulk new episode breaks rating MCU Disney record. I I think the highest one might have been, I know it's Winter Soldier. It might have been one of some episodes. It might have been Loki or WandaVision. I think Loki or WandaVision that had a record, which I don't get why. Because look at the picture, WandaVision, I expected better, but the show was average, but I expected better. The Loki show was better than Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier, Anthony Mackie, he was actually the best one, actually the best show. And Hawkeye was kind of disappointed because it seemed like the Hawkeye show, been like everybody else but him. But but it was a cool show though. And let's just read this article by the direct.com. Let's just take this picture off. Come on now. Take that. Come on. I got to take Leah off. Shoot. I hate this jump. And kind of like for me, right? This deal with Disney Plus, everything like that. It sounds like the Disney Plus show was actually disappointing in my opinion. Because think about for me, like when One Division had came out, I was expecting some of the X Men to come out. I was expecting at least a mention of them. I was expecting a mention of the X Men or something, in my opinion, and that just me. But time for me, I might expect it too much at that time, but that just me. And let's just read this article. Moving into phase four. Okay. Moving to phase four, the fans have become enamored with the runtimes of the latest outing across both Disney Plus, but plus Booth Door, Love and Thunder, and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. They were bombarded with backlash for only clocking close to 2 hour make. While Disney Plus viewers continue to call for a few hour episode, a full hour. I wouldn't say a full hour. I'll say about 50 minutes, 45, 48 minutes, something like that. At least close to that, I think. 4 minutes, something that wasn't better. But generally, most of the Disney Plus episodes have clocked in between 40 and 50 minutes. Okay. There have been exceptions what it tends to clock in under the range most animated series tend to. Yeah, it's animated. I don't expect animated to be better than to be an hour long episode to be animated. That's animated. But be live action and you introducing new characters, you kind of need at least over 45 minutes of footage for each episode. I think or something like that could be like a good thing. I think sound like just for live action. So like some people might like me for saying that, some people might like not. But the thing about it, from my opinion, so they do need more. They do need more episodes. I think, in my opinion, they do need more episodes. I think it's something like that. They do need more episodes on this plus to be longer, and that's kind of like my thing that I saw that that some people might have with under the hour, 30 minutes, something like that per episode. I think, but the thing about for me, and that's kind of like for me, in my opinion, I probably wouldn't like. I probably wouldn't like it. I probably wouldn't like the episodes just being so short, but other people do. Some people don't. And kind of the thing that I don't like about the Bleeding Plus thing just being so short, it it seemed like some episodes be like fillers. I think it's something like it feel like fillers instead of no feeling like they're filling in the blank or kind of like move the story along. It feel like a filler episode, which I don't like in my opinion. I don't like episode feeling like a filler because like the episode, each episode, in my opinion, just should feel like, in my opinion, that the story is moving along. Is something like for me, for some people, which I do think, in my opinion, could be good, could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. But that's just me. I just kind of feel like, up in my opinion, feel like in my opinion, most of the time, is like they should not be feeling like, up in my opinion, that the stories and episodes feel like fillers, and it put us supposed to move along the person's story, which is a bad thing, in my opinion. But son, for me, let's just continue the article. And kind of like for me, in my opinion, stuff like that, let's just continue the article to make sure. They said as she comes around, that on the actress that playing her, I actually like the actress. That She-Hulk laws comes around, that on the She-Hulk, but even the format being from the beginning, which they say they produce half hour long comedy. But that's what this is my problem. It's not. It shouldn't feel like a comedy. It should feel like a comedy mixed in with some dire consequences, and that's kind of like for me, in my opinion, which would be good or bad thing or something like that. And kind of like thing that actually I want to see. I kind of want to see, in my opinion, which I want to see, up in my opinion, on stuff like that, is like shoot. Sometimes me, in my opinion, what I want to see, I want to see that a story could be comedy if they want to, but be mixing in that, but you mixing in with some little bit of seriousness. Yeah, because you look at the She-Hulk comic books, the She-Hulk comic books do break the fourth wall and stuff like that, and that's not my problem. They do break the fourth wall. They do break the fourth wall, in my opinion. but the comic book still be serious at the same time, and that what some people don't get. Y'all can be comedy, but you got to learn how to be serious at the same time, though. And and that's the thing that some people don't get. You can do comedy and stuff like that inside your show, but you got to put some seriousness in your show to make her see the consequences of her actions and see if she do something and anything else like that. Or Bruce Park can show her that, like in my opinion, that would be a good thing for me. In my opinion, if they would show it, if they could have shown her the consequences of her actions, or she would have did something that she didn't mean to do, and that's kind of like, in my opinion, that's what I think could be good, bad, everything between, everything like that. Which I think, in my opinion, could be a good thing or a bad thing. But they said that the next article makes fans angry. She-Hulk attorney broke the first rating MCU Disney record as a legal comedy, clocks in with the shortest installment that the Marvel studio has brought to streaming service, excluding I Am Groot short. Okay, I gotta look at that, because the thing about my opinion is like, this is show She-Hulk just trying to fight crime and stuff like that in her way, but in this episode 2, it ran for 30 minutes and 30 minutes 26 seconds, and 7 minutes shorter than episode 1. I kind of noticed that. I kind of noticed it was shorter than episode 1. But know about the rich rings for, yeah. The thing about, for me, in my opinion, I did episode 1 40 minutes, the other one 40 minutes. They probably could have got a little more content. Some that they probably could edit a little bit more of the show and stuff like that. It could have kind of seemed like it to me, in my opinion, which I think for me is actually a good thing for me. Which I think for me could be good, bad, or everything between. It just depends on what they're doing. Which I think, in my opinion, could be a good thing or a bad thing. But the thing about, for me, if you're gonna make it 30 minutes, make the 30 minutes. I think my opinion matters. The first 2 episodes, which I think, in my opinion, would have been better. Because think about, for me, they can make at least the second episode at least about 35. No, at least about 38 minutes, I think. Which I think for me could have been better. Which I think, in my opinion, could have been better or not. Could have been better or not, in my opinion. But some people will like it. Some people don't like the short episodes. Damn on me. I have a problem. I have a problem with the short episodes, in my opinion, because the short episodes just don't tell the story just of a new character. If you try to tell a new character story, I think, in my opinion, unless the episodes, I think, build to something, that's the only way I would accept it. Of my opinion, and that's kind of like my opinion on it. If y'all can tell me that it is a purpose to it, of my opinion, then y'all can tell me down below if there's a purpose to it. But if it's not a purpose to it, then shoot, then it make no sense. Then it make no sense to make the just make the stuff just make the episodes shorter, which I don't like in the first place. Which I think, in my opinion, could be a good, bad thing. It just depends on what they're doing, in my opinion. It just depends on, of my opinion, it just depends on, in my opinion, if they like it, if the audience like it, the general audience don't like it. If the general audience don't like the short episodes, I I think that happy medium would have been 40 minutes. 40 minutes on high, 40 minutes on up. I think would have been a good thing for me. For me, in my opinion, 40 minutes on up is a good thing for me. Um, because then, in my opinion, if y'all can make it about that, just making it 40 minutes, I think, in my opinion, would have been a way to just make the audience, who like long episodes, along with the audience that like it too short, and that would have been a good thing, of my opinion. But that would have been a good thing, in my opinion. But think about, some people might not like it, some people will, and that's the trick of it. You got to find a way how to make both parties happen, and that's kind of like my opinion on it. I think 40 minutes on up is good. On the rest of them, no. And let's read it. That let's say, looking at the shortest episodes in every other MCU series. Wait a minute. I did the One Division one. Episode 3 is 34 minutes. Episode 4 is 36 minutes. Why the episodes are so short? Because think about it, they try to make it like Alley, Alley Mobile, and plus the other court shows. They're making it short. But the thing about me is like, this is a lawyer. This is a lawyer that actually got powers. This actually a lawyer that got powers and stuff like that. She got superpowers and she's trying to overcome. Why would you make it just 34, 36 minutes? That make no sense. But that's just me. There's also some shorter entries. Nick Fury Murder King with 34 minutes. I don't care about the other ones like this. It looks like short. This is shortest one though. That's the problem. This is the shortest one I am seeing. Which I think, in my opinion, could be a good or bad thing, but everybody different on that. Which kind of thing I want to see, in my opinion, kind of thing I want to see, in my opinion, deal with She-Hulk is like the episodes be longer. Up in my opinion, that's kind of like me. Make the episodes longer because we can't make all these episodes short and expect to have a good story. Which I think, in my opinion, could be a good, bad thing. Everything else like that, there could be a good thing, a bad thing, but it just depends on, in my opinion, what do the people like. which I kind of like in my opinion. Could be a good thing or a bad thing, but that which I do like in my opinion about the She-Hulk show. The She-Hulk show, in my opinion, is actually funny in some parts, and plus it don't try to force an agenda. Most of the time, sound like other things did in the MCU, and that's kind of like my thing. Which I think, in my opinion, is actually a good thing. Good, bad, e- everything in between. And kind of like thing that should I want to see out the MCU. Should I think, in my opinion, is like in my opinion, I want to see other new characters. I think, in my opinion, just get some shine to it. It needs some shine with some other new characters. Because think about it, if you gotta bring in X-Men, at least try to bring in, the main ones. I think something like Skyclaw, bringing on Storm. But then, in my opinion, bringing in a Skyclaw that should be a leader. In my opinion, bringing Skyclaw that should be a leader just to the team. Don't bring in a Skyclaw. In my opinion, that's not a leader who needs somebody to lead them. Because that's why, if you look at it, Skyclaw's always been a leader. He sounds like Captain America. He is sound like Captain America, in my opinion. Y'all can like it or not, but but that's what, for the X-Men, that he is a Captain America for the team. He is a Captain America, rather we like it or not. Rather we like it or not. He is a Captain America. Y'all can like it or not the way he like. Then they say it's some of the shortest episodes, just on the series, which I do believe it is, but everybody different for that. And these the other ones. Episode one, One Division, 30 minutes. It seemed like an hour with that boring show. But Falcon Winter Soldier, 50 minutes. I actually like that. Loki, episode three. I actually like that series. What if? It was cool. Hawkeye, disappointing, but cool. But the Hawkeye show wasn't bad though. But Moon Knight, episode six. That was actually a good one. In the shortest one is come for She-Hulk. Runtime included be no installments be longer due to its weekly release. I don't get it. Especially for a weekly TV show. Yep, it's too short. I agree with that. Yep. With a runtime controversy ever end. Even 15 phase 4 runtime. Yep. Yep, and that's kind of what I kind of was afraid of. And y'all saw the article that most of the other shows had longer runtime than She-Hulk. And that's kind of like the bad. That's kind of like a bad thing for me, in my opinion. Because the thing about, for me, right, is to like a She-Hulk character, everything like She-Hulk character, new character who try to go for challenges and stuff like that. Which I think, in my opinion, could have been longer. I think, in my opinion, just the first two episodes could be first two good, everything like that. Which I think, in my opinion, is actually a good thing. Up in my opinion, it's actually a good thing, in my opinion. If they would show, in my opinion, challenges of being She-Hulk or everything else like that. And that is my opinion on it. It sounds like the She-Hulk character, I think, in my opinion, is actually a real good character in the comic books. And what I'm seeing in the TV show, she's actually good. I like the actress that plays She-Hulk, and some of the people around her. It's actually pretty good. But the thing I'm worrying about is the dialogue, everything like that. I worry about the dialogue in future episodes. Because you look at this episode, the Hulk, to be the smart Hulk, he's not acting very smart, in my opinion. Because the thing about, in my opinion, is like, shoot, I wouldn't even be having Broski write me a letter told some he changed, shoot. So damn me, shoot. So he gotta show me he changed, in my opinion. And that just me. That just me. That's me in my opinion. And kind of the other thing in my opinion, it's like I know, it's like you gotta have to show me you changed, you gotta have to show me you this, you that. Because you just can't be saying to yourself, I changed, then you get out in less than an hour, less than a year, less than 6 months. You still doing the same thing you did before. And that's the thing that's the thing in my opinion that everybody talking about because we don't trust it. Be because they think about it, we don't trust nothing he say or do. Because we seen him with other things and stuff like that. We seen him with other things saying this, saying that. We see him. We had saw him. We saw him in other movies, still doing illegal stuff, everything like that. Which I don't, which I don't get how, in my opinion. Which I don't get how, in my opinion. Which I don't get how, in my opinion. Is how, just how, in my opinion, that she can say stuff she do. And that's kind of like the dumb thing about it. Because we cannot be saying that that is being heard of from orphans, billionaires, people with nothing to do, just be heroes. Because that's why if you look at it, you don't have to have a cape to be a hero. Just me, just me, my opinion. But everybody different than me though. Everybody is different. Some people might like it, some people might not like it. But the thing about me, in my opinion, is like I just think that in my opinion, that being a hero is like you don't get to have powers. And when it's so to show that, Ant Man, really don't have no powers outside of that suit. He's a hero. Um, Natalia just got a little bit of super strength with some training, but she don't got superpowers. She's a hero. Guess what? You don't got to have superpowers to be a hero. And plus the Jane character, I think in my opinion, would just have to see that, just do the journey. I think in my opinion for that. But some people might agree with that, some people might not. Some people might agree with that, some people might not agree with that. And stuff like that. Of my opinion. And kind of like in my opinion, and stuff like that. What I think episode 3. I think the episode 3 is like when Jen might have to meet a challenge. That's what I think. I think Jen or somebody might get to see a challenge on something like that. She might see a challenge, or she might have to see a court case. That of my opinion, and kind of like the things that should that that's episode 3 is like the hawk is somebody might got to humble her or something like that. And that just my opinion on it. It kind of like things that shoot that she might have to face somebody on her level, time for power, sex, and stuff like that. And that's what I think that might got to humble her. Of my opinion, so that's what I think. And sound like the next thing I think that might happen is like shoot, I do think that the people that Jen working for is kind of dirty in a way, and 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 put the man out office who hired Jen. Shoot, shoot, and he might be working for the big bad. I think some of that, and he might have use him to work for Jen or something like that. And that's just my opinion on it. That is my opinion. What I think that Jen office, I think that hired her is not as innocent as everybody think it is. That just that's just what I think in my opinion on and stuff like that. It's like I think Jen office might be a cover of working for somebody that's evil, and she probably got to find a way just how to uncover them without her in my opinion just had to lose her job, which I think will be a good thing. Which I think, in my opinion, will be good, bad, everything between. Which I think, in my opinion, could be better or good, but I'm not sure which one yet. Which I think, in my opinion, will be a good thing, a bad thing, but the thing about me, in my opinion, what I think might happen and stuff like that is like shoot. The thing, in my opinion, is like shoot. I just think that I just think that some of the stuff I think, in my opinion, that in the episode 3 will be a turning point in this series. I think, in my opinion, and that just me, in my opinion about it. Shoot, this series had to be like a turning point. What I think, I think, in my opinion, episode 3 or 4 is gonna be a turning point. The thing about for me, if episode 3 or 4 just don't, in my opinion, keep on turning the page within the She-Hulk character thing, what I think, in my opinion, then this series will be a waste of time. I think it will be a waste of time if they don't change the stuff. I think, in my opinion, everything like that, and that's just me in my opinion about it. And that's just me in my opinion on it. But the thing about for me, that the kind of like things for me, what I think that they gotta have to change from the She-Hulk character to be a better show is like they do have to get her just to respect Bruce a little bit more. What I think, in my opinion, and but they can't have her saying that she could do everything, do everything right herself, and that's just my opinion on it and stuff like that. It's like we can't be having new characters that just ain't having that power talk. So I don't respect this character. I don't respect this character that have powers longer than me, which don't make no sense in my opinion. Because think about it, if you look at it in a way that on the characters that had the powers the most time should have the most time, the most power. I think it's something like that, and you should respect them. In my opinion, it, and that just me, in my opinion, what I think that probably should happen. And in this episode 3 or 4, just have just had the Miss Marvel She-Hulk character just be humble a little bit. That like what her like for her and her power, she can't use it in a certain situation. She had to use her head and stuff like that, and she can't do it. And somebody else come in and actually do it, and that'd be like a humbling experience for her. I think. and that would be a good thing for me, of my opinion, for her to do, is for her to be humble in some way, because we can't have a character who think that that they can do everything themselves, which don't make no sense in my opinion. And that's kind of like the stuff I think that would get them in trouble. I think in a way that would get her in trouble, like her cockiness and stuff like that. And that would be a good thing to see, like her cockiness have her go into a trap, and that's actually be a thing that can actually work against her. Her cockiness, her thinking that she's smarter than everybody, and stuff like that. That would actually be a real good thing for me to see. That actually a good thing for me to see, and stuff like that. And kind of like the stuff show I want to see up in the future. I think, in my opinion, that'd be a good thing. That should be a good thing in the future. I think. I think in the future, there's new characters coming along. Don't have the characters all cocky without training. And that's be a good thing for me, in my opinion, for them to have. Is training, humbleness, and just having characters. I think better written dialogue just for certain episodes. I think, and don't have dialogue that disrespect the characters that came before them, which don't make no sense in my opinion. Unless that disrespect is within the character storyline or something like that, and that'd be different. If that disrespect is within the character storyline, if he got attitude like that, stuff like that, I understand that. But then if it's a character like She-Hulk that don't got a history of just disrespecting people most of the time, and that would actually be a real good thing in my opinion. That'd be a real good thing for people to see. Um, like her real good humbleness as she comes in that like her, in my opinion, just being humble throughout the show, her seeing that she can't do everything, like she can't do everything and stuff like that. That actually be a really good thing, in my opinion. Like with Bruce, like with Bruce trying to warn her or something, and that's just my opinion about it. That and that's kind of like for me, in my opinion. If y'all got anything to ask or any opinions on just on the She-Hulk show, then y'all can put it in the chat, anything like that. If it's not, I'll move on to DC. And kind of like the DC stuff, that show I want to talk about is Black Adam. And kind of like I do think the Black Adam movie will be good. Sure, I do think Black Adam will be good in my opinion. The Black Adam, they talk about Superman push me in it. Yeah, Black Adam, Superman. They talk about Superman on stuff. They talk about Superman, in my opinion, supposed to be tested just for Black Adam, which I think, in my opinion, is actually a good thing if they put Superman and Black Adam, and that will make Black Adam make that extra 100 million. I think to make $1 billion movie. I think, in my opinion, that'd be good. And that's kind of like thing I'm worrying about. It's kind of like how much money that Black Adam movie will make if it don't got Superman. Because you look at it, if you look at it, the Superman being teased in Black Adam 1, that could be a real good. thing. I think something that if they could bring some kind of stuff. I think in my opinion, if they could bring certain stuff, if they could bring certain stuff back to the Black Adam character, make it better or something like that. Just by teasing Superman in it, I'm all for it. But if you look at it for an origin movie, I don't think Superman would have been there. And that's just my opinion on it. So like some people might like it, some people might not like the same thing. But that's in my opinion. My opinion, they do need a Superman. They do need a Superman in the movie, in the first Black Adam movie. That and that could connect Henry Cavill just to Shazam, and that could bring Black Adam onto my opinion Shazam 3. And plus, I put to my opinion, that would actually be a good thing. And that's kind of the last thing I want to say about DC, because my DC news I want to talk about that'll be on Wednesday next week, and and plus some pre-recorded videos might be coming next week if it's good. If it's any good news that come out for DC, good, bad, or any news come out next week for DC, that'll be good. Off of that, in my opinion. But if no news for next week, then I won't do nothing on Wednesday. But most time Wednesday, I might do one on DC or just Lord of the Rings or somebody. And that's just me in my opinion. I might do one Lord of the Rings and DC on next week Wednesday. Um, on YouTube, Twitch. I will see y'all later. I'll see y'all later. See y'all next time.